Hi everyone, welcome to Women Created and Called Live. I am so glad that you've joined me today. Today we're going to talk about what does it mean to thrive. Are you thriving, or is this holiday season just gonna kick your bottom like it usually does? Seriously though, what does it mean to thrive? The dictionary says to flourish or to prosper. But I think it's important for each of us to define for ourselves, what does it mean to thrive for me, for my family, in my faith, in my profession? What does that mean for me? So I wanted to share with you what it means for me personally, and that is that it means to go all in on the moments that matter most. To go all in on the moments that matter most. So hopefully, if we're really practicing being present, then that's every moment matters. But whether it's in your profession or it's in your faith or in your family, how can we go all in on the moments? Because I think that that's really the key to being able to go all in for your life and to thrive. So this week for me, that means that I get to get my home ready to offer hospitality to my in-laws who are visiting for the first time since we moved here. And so we're very excited to have them here. And incidentally, you may hear some noises in the background because we really have a house full at this moment. So this is going to be a short episode. For me, it also means this week that I get to support my husband. I had a chance to take my in-laws to the place where he works and to see all of the amazing things that he has been doing and working on. And so that was really important for me to be able to do that. And this is part of going all in on my marriage and supporting him. And it also means for me to go all in and thrive this holiday season means that I get to get a holiday meal planned and prepared. As I'm recording this, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So I usually start cooking on the day before, at least. So that's where I'm going to be headed as soon as I'm done here. And then thriving also means that I make myself available for really fun things with my family. And one thing that was really fun last night is I got to jump in and help my teenagers teach their grandparents how to play Candyland because they had never played that before. So they had such a good time, and there was a lot of very joyful noise coming from sitting there. And oh, my daughter is in the video now. You're on candid camera, Danny. Oh, maybe it's not my daughter. It could be my mother-in-law. Somebody, anyway. It doesn't matter. And so another piece of going all in for me this week is that I get to create an opportunity to help you do the same. And that is go all in and thrive this holiday season. So I ask you again, are you thriving? What do you think? Please leave comments in the comment section of this episode. I would love to hear how you are thriving or not thriving in this season. What is the biggest struggle that's happening right now in your life? How are you handling all of the added demands on you during this season? By you commenting, you just might help out someone else. So it's never something to be embarrassed about. if you have something vulnerable to share, because it actually serves others when you do that. So I want to encourage you to go ahead and comment in the comment section of this video or this episode. So I also wanted to share with you that I have discovered 3 essential characteristics that go into thriving through a holiday season so that you can have no regrets, more peace, and less disappointment when you reflect back on the season in January. When you get to January and you look back on your holiday season, are you usually filled with regret that you didn't get to do certain things or things didn't turn out the way that you had hoped? I have heard others say this, and I've experienced this myself too. And so, like I said, I've discovered 3 characteristics that are really essential to thrive in this holiday season. And the first one is to define, like I mentioned before, define what it means for you and your family to thrive during this season. Define it for yourself, and then also open up communication with your family to find out what is most important to them. Because the truth is, when you help others thrive, you thrive too. That's how it works. The second very essential characteristic that I discovered is when we learn how to be available for what matters most, even with a crazy holiday schedule, that is a very essential part of thriving and going all in. And so that's the second piece. And then the third one is learning how to navigate disappointment and stay committed to your intentions, even when plans change. This is a really tricky one for most of us. I don't know about you, but so often in the past, I have had this idea of how I wanted things to go. Let's take Thanksgiving dinner, for example. I put a lot of planning, probably even more in years past, but I put a lot of planning into the meal. And it used to be that we had to have all of the fixings, all of the side dishes to go along, that were things that I remembered from my childhood, and they're just things that were tradition for me. But what I discovered is that they're not necessarily all that important to the rest of my family. So I have figured out a few ninja hacks to communicate with my family and find out what is most important to them so that we can make, it takes some pressure off of me that I don't have to do all of the things, and it still is something that's very important to them. And we can make the holiday season very meaningful for the whole family. So those are 3 essential characteristics that I have discovered. And I am so excited to share with you that we will cover all of these things and more at the Thrive Through the Holidays and Beyond virtual workshop. And this is going to be next week on Thursday, December 1st at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And I will include a link to find out more about the workshop and to join us in the description of this episode. Now, you don't have to get to January full of disappointment and regret. Maybe you've experienced that in the past. You don't have to anymore. This is your opportunity to discover that God has more in store for you and your family. And this could be the season that changes everything, if you only give yourself the opportunity. So I hope that you will join me for the workshop next week. And meanwhile, I get to be all in on the next moment here coming up, which, as I said before, includes starting to cook for our Thanksgiving dinner. So I will see you next week for another episode of Women Created and Called Live. And until then, God bless you and all those that you love. Bye.